everything that we have problems with in reality, you find it on social media. If we hate ourselves in reality, we definitely hate ourselves in social media. Now, one thing social media has given rise to, and I know y'all can bear me witness on this, especially my brother Reason, it's given rise to these pseudo-intellectuals. They done dusted off one book. They got high, read 3 paragraphs in a book, and now they think they the smartest Negro on earth. So now they all on social media. I'm gonna get my Suge Knight on. Now they all up in social media, all up on the YouTube. But check this out. When we hate ourselves, anything of power that's put in our hands, if you hate yourself, if you're a Negro, I don't care if you're a brown Negro, a Native American Negro, an Asian Negro, if you're a Negro, between the ears, if anyone puts anything of power in your hands, your first move, and really only move, is to use it against your reflection.
That's right. That's right.
That's the litmus test of whether or not you a nigga still. When you get this information, when you know that the Asiatic black man and who he is, when you know that the original man is the Asiatic black man, the making, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, God of the universe. When you finally get that between your ears, if the first thing you want to do is go argue with another black man,
come on,
you still a nigga.
That's right. Yeah. Yes, sir.
If you first find out, oh man, the Bible, when it talk about the Hebrews, it's talking about the black man.
Right.
You find out we the real Hebrew Israelites, but the first thing you want to do is go run to another black man and argue about it, you still a nigga. Congratulations. Anything you know of any value or any power that's given to you, the first thing you want to do is hit another brother upside the head with it, you still a nigga.
Yes, right.
Do you know that type of Negro is in the Bible? This is the book of John. Which book?
John.
Chapter 11, verse 44. And he who had died came out bound hand and foot with grave clothes on, and his face was wrapped with a cloth. Jesus said to them, loose him and do what? Let him go. They're talking about Lazarus. But pay attention to that first sentence. It said, and he who had died, this is Lazarus, came out bound hand and foot with grave clothes on. This is not talking about an actual corpse and Jesus waved the magic wand and said bibbidi bobbidi boo, and then a puff of smoke popped, and then this brother just jumped up and was like, oh, appreciate that, Jesus, I was dead in the mug. That's not what really happened. What this is talking about is someone who is mentally dead. They got some mental life thanks to the Savior, and now they're standing up. But pay attention, they still have grave clothes on.
Yes, sir.
But let's use our imagination. Let's say we went to Inglewood Cemetery and literally raised the dead. Now, for those of you who don't turn around and run, when we stay there, you'll notice something about them. First of all, they're going to still stink. Just because you raised them out the grave don't mean they just automatically took a bath. No, they was down there stinking. So they're going to come up stinking. Whatever it is they were buried in, whatever kind of suit they were buried in, they're going to be wearing that same suit. Do you understand? The sister going to be wearing that same dress. So when we come into a little bit of knowledge off of YouTube scholarship, off of YouTube videos and Facebook videos, we read a couple of books, we still walking around with our grave clothes on. We still stink. We still hate ourselves. So we sit on social media arguing with other black people while Mark Zuckerberg doing this,
Right.
counting his money and saying, man, look at these niggas. He laughing at you.
Right.
The government is laughing at you. You're not intelligent. In fact, we can't look at our brothers in street organizations like the Crips and the Bloods and GDs and Vice Lords and say nothing to them.
Come on, teacher. Go ahead.
How do we look going to them? Say, man, you gotta put down the guns, man. Stop banging, man. That's wrong, man. When we doing the same damn thing. In fact, I respect a gangbanger more than I respect a conscious Negro. Why is that? Because a gangbanger is at least willing to put their life on something. They willing to walk around the hood on what they believe in. Taking the risk of getting shot. Taking the risk of getting ran up on. DP, do you understand? See, some of these conscious Negroes, they basically gangbangers who didn't have the heart to bang. So now they banging on a book. They banging on the Quran. They banging on the Bible. You're a Bible banger, man. That's lame. Now that's ignorant to kill your brother. To bang over a block that you don't own. But you banging over a book that got a white man's name on it.
Come on.
King James. Who was King James? He was a homosexual. He thought his mama was cute. Yeah, stuff with your mama. But you want to argue with me over that. See, you still have grave clothes on when you have that mentality, do you understand? There's basically three categories to consciousness. I call them the three A's. The three what? A's. That's like the first letter of the alphabet. But let's look at these three A's. This is the first level. Because once we start to learn about ourselves, some of us get ashamed. Some black people, when we learn about slavery, we learn about how far we've fallen from the glory days of Egypt and our glory days as Asiatic black men and women. We get ashamed. That's us who say, man, why they make so many slave movies? I ain't never heard a Jew say why they make so many Holocaust movies. See, because you're a little ashamed. You're ashamed that you're the descendant of slaves. You actually should take pride in that. Because you are a product of the strongest black people that they pulled from Africa. You understand? But this is the first level. This is the first level, which means you're ashamed, so you start making stuff up. Well, you know, the slave trade didn't even really happen. We just nappy-headed Indians. We've been here. Yeah, we've been here before. But the Aboriginal people who lived on this part of the earth were our Native American brothers. So now you don't even want to call yourself black no more. Shout out to the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad for teaching us what blackness really is. Blackness is not a color.
That's right.
It's not a color.
Come on.
It's the essence in which all color comes from. And the second level, I want y'all to be real careful with, because a lot of us get fooled by the second type of conscious Negro. This is the angry Negro. The angry. Some of us like this brother or sister. We like how they walk, how they talk. Crack of this, crack of that. Walk around like they tough. You know, they take a picture of a white Jesus and rip it up. They probably got on a beret or army fatigue. They got a gun with no bullets, you know, on their hip. Man, we tired of this white man. We gonna take him down. You like, man, that's what I'm talking about. This is somebody I can follow. This is somebody I like. Now I'm gonna have to use my sisters as an example. Let me tell you something about this angry Negro. He's really more like a scorned woman. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. So be careful with this angry Negro. See, this angry Negro, all he really wants is a piece of white folks' pie.
Come on.
And he mad about it. They won't give me what they got. I want to look like them. I want to be them. I want to live in their neighborhoods. I want to be white so bad, but I can't. So I'm going to put this beret on. I'm going to put this army fatigue on. I'm going to pick up this gun with no bullets on it. And I'm going to call them all kind of crackers and pepperwoods till the chickens come home. And some of us are impressed by that. But as soon as that Negro get a piece of white folks' pie, as soon as they throw a white girl at him, but this angry black man, he just one white girl. One piece of white folks' pie from being a sellout. So be careful with that angry one. Now let's recap. We had the ashamed, we had the angry. Now here's the third one that you can trust. This third one, they probably already went through these stages. Ashamed and angry. But now they got something called root knowledge. Now so much angry at the white man. They just know what he is. So what's that third A? That third A is the age he had in black men. The makers, the owners, the cream